I've been making a lot of candy with mini squishmallows, and I've gotten a lot of requests for how I attach these to candy. So I'm going to show you. When you are adding string to your squishmallow, you want to take a look and see how is it going to sit against your wrist, right? This guy has a tail, so I'm going to want to add the string more towards the top, because if I add it in the middle, his tail is going to be poking into me. Here's an example of what it looks like when you add string directly in the top of the squishmallow, and it kind of hangs down just like a necklace. Here's an example. This is the most common way I do it for candy singles usually. Not quite sticking out vertically from the top, but still towards the top. And you can see it just hangs kind of like that and face up. So when your wrist is in front of it, it'll sit pretty level. You can also add it directly coming out the back, so it's exactly horizontal. I usually will do this type of hole poking string placement. Yeah, I'll usually do this type of string placement if I'm making a cuff, if I want them to sit exactly flat against the back of the cuff. However you want to put your string, you find where you want to do it, and you just poke through. Go in one side and out the other. Now, I will admit, this is not my first time on this take, so I have already poked through this boy before, but you just use whatever you have. It's very porous fabric, so you can just stab straight through it. Put your string through the needle and pull it on through, just like that. Last thing, when you attach the string, you do want to try and make sure that it crosses under a seam. You can see on all of mine, I put the string underneath that back seam, and that way when you are raving, when you're out running around, and there's a bunch of like pulling happening, it doesn't rip through the fabric. And now I'm going to just add my beads to it. Generally, when I make candy singles, I try to make them between 30 and 36 beads long. Remember, when you're doing one of these, there's a little bit of string length that gets taken up inside of the squishmallow, so account for that. But y'all know how to make candy singles. I don't need to show you that whole process. As for cuffs, the squishmallows are actually attached in the exact same way on this bottom cuff and this top cuff, and that is just that I strung in between two middle beads on these exes, and I put the string lower down in the mid back of the squishmallow instead of up on top. But it's the exact same procedure. It's literally nothing different except for the placement. And this is what they look like on my wrist. You can see what I meant about how the squishmallow sits with his little tail against my wrist there. There's not much you can do about that. But yeah, there you go. Happy crafting.